What is up, Valheim returners? This is Dean from Wafflypie, and we're here for the finale, the real finale, of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door 100% run. So we're going to start by loading the save that has the final boss defeated and not my backups. And it takes a little bit because it loads right back into Rogueport. There's no introductory cutscene or anything aside from this. And Goombella just says, "You're a strange..." or no, this is the boat man. "You're a strange one, sir. It must be something special to convince you to return. Although, if I had a Goomba that cute waiting for me at the dock, I might return too. Well, whatever you're doing, be careful. Goodbye, sir." And then he pieces out. "Long time no see, Mario. I'm totally glad I got to see you again. This is awesome. Everyone's ready. We heard you were coming, so we've been waiting here for you. So, are you ready to go? Whenever you want to go. We are so there with you." And you instantly have access to all of your partners again. I believe at some point in development they wanted you to go around and recollect them after having beaten the game, but obviously they decided against that. So we're not really going to be doing a whole lot of actual gameplay this time. We got an email. That's nice. We're just going to be going around and finishing up our collections, starting with Super Luigi 5 for 256 coins. We're also going to see if Luigi is still in the inn, and if not, then I'll have to load. He is, okay. I've been catching a breather here, you know, reflecting back on my adventures. It's been a long road, bro. Want to hear about what happened? It's a pretty long story. We'll come back to you later, because I already recorded all of his stories, except for the very end, because I thought that you could not get him after the end of the game. But I'll patch that in and then throw in the final one at the end of that, after we do what we're doing here, which is doing these three. Roast these cads. I really want to see the great tree, but there's many cads in the way. Won't someone please roast these ne'er-do-wells? I'm waiting in Boggly Woods near the great tree. Okay. Well, haven't you already seen the great tree then? Who knows? Shh, keep it down. Oh, it's Mr. Mustache. The Jabbies are up ahead. They haven't built a fortress in a while, and they've been calm, which is ominous. I just encountered some Jabbies a little while ago, and they all said hi. I guess they aren't all bad. Oh? Yikes, it's Mario. Don't pick on me. Huh. Okay. I wanted to come down here to see if we can get a look at Jabble at all. What do you have to say? Having a door that leads wherever you want to go would be super convenient. And I already have the sweetest name for it too. Yeah, I'd call it... Oh, forget I said that. It's a great name, but I'm not telling anybody about it yet. It's the Thousand Year Door is what he wants to call it. This is covered back up. Didn't I reveal this before? Weird. Yeah, he's not here. Well, this is something that I missed out on. In Chapter 2, and I'm not playing through the entire game again just to see something in Chapter 2 for the 4th time. Or I guess that would be the... yeah, it would be the 4th time. If you come over here and check behind this log, you get to see Jabble, who is one of Punio's friends that he says he had. And he joins as 102nd Puny in your army. It won't make the difference between being able to progress or not, it's just something, a neat little addition that you can have on top of that. There is another little secret that I did miss out on, which is apparently in the Palace of Shadows. If you go after you beat Gloomtail, you can sneak up behind his room and blow open a hidden crack in the wall that does not show up. And there's a secret room on the other side. I'm almost tempted to try and pull off the glitch to go and see that. And we'll see. But for now, where's Doti? I thought he said he was by the great tree. Have I been lied to? Maybe I have. It did say meet me by the great tree, didn't it? Here he is. Ah, now this is a problem. Huh? What could you say? Please help me. Excellent, just marvelous. I was just about to give up on the whole ordeal. I came to the woods just to see the great tree, but the thugs up ahead scared me. It's not ordeal, it's just deal. Contending with goons is not part of my repertoire, so to speak, so I've stalled here. Do you suppose you could give all these goons up ahead a proper thrashing for me? Well, I'll be waiting here until you do. Thanks in advance, chum. Alright, sure. It'll be really hard. Okay, I did it. Done already, huh? Marvelous. I can finally see the great tree. I'm in your debt, sir. It isn't much, but I hope this will do for your troubles. It's my change from lunch. Oh, 20 coins. That's really helpful in the post-game. Okay. Pretty simple. Definitely not something that needed to wait until this late, but I guess they needed to fill a spot. Oh, and look at this, here he is. Ah, the great tree. As you watch us foolishly continue to repeat history, what could you think of us? You can do nothing but stand and watch our ignorance. No, what rot. To assume that a tree can do nothing, that only proves my own foolishness. Okay. Bub, I got in a fight with my mom, and I need you to help me make up with her. I'll be waiting near the sanctum in Poshley Heights. Sure. Oh, yes, this too. This right here is Lady Bo. Wait a second, Mario, exactly what is your relationship with her? Tell me now. Haha, just kidding. I always wanted to say that. But you did go on an adventure with her, right? Tell me sometime, okay? That's Bootler. He's Bo's butler, but what does a butler do exactly? Looks like he's only listens to Bo, so I guess he wouldn't answer me if I asked. Lady Bo, your beauty is like the song of a nightingale in the evening. Indeed, I feel you've grown into a fine young girl who'd make your ancestors proud. It is you, isn't it, Mario? Well, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? I've come here with Bootler. Yes, a little vacation to Poshley Sanctum. I hadn't left the mansion in ages. I figured it was time to turn some heads on the road. Gui-hee-ha! But that's a nice surprise to see you. Feel free to be overwhelmed by my beauty. So, Lady Bo is a partner from Paper Mario 1. And they threw her in as a post-game reference. I've been waiting for you, mister. See, I got in a fight with my mom, and I want to make it up to her. So I wrote her a letter, and I want to give her a present, but I don't know what to get. I've narrowed it down to 3 things, so could you help me decide? Shroom cake, keel mango, or a fright mask? Let's get a keel mango. You've got a great taste, so I'm sure it'll go over well. You also have to go find it and bring it here, because, you know, they don't sell these things here. Well, that's perfectly fine. Shroom cake. If it turns out that I have shroom cake in my inventory, I might say a bad word. I do not. Okay. And in that case, the keel mango would be the very easiest. I'm pretty sure all three of them work. That's not a kill mango. That is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all three of them work, and you can give her any of them. And the Fright Mask, of course, would be the second easiest. But maybe, you know, you might have one in your inventory already, but... Keel Mango's right there, so easy. Did you find a Keel Mango for my mom? Yahoo! A Keel Mango. Thanks, mister. I'll just attach this letter and we're done. But I'm afraid to give it to her. She might still be mad. Can you give it to her and come back, please? You got a present. The thing Bub asked you to deliver to Sylvia. Okay. Well, Sylvia's just right up here. And this will leave us with the final task, which is going to be probably the most difficult one in the game. Why, hello, Gonzales. Do you need something? From little Bub, you say? Why, here there's a letter. Let me just read it. Dear lovely Mama, I'm so sorry I didn't do my homework. From now on, I'll do my homework and try to be a good Bob-omb like Papa. And I'll give you good food and a nice house and a pretty hat. So please don't hate me, from Bub. Oh, I'm just going to break down and cry here. Oh, how delightful. Wow, whoa. Oh, Gonzales, don't mind my tears, they're joyful ones. I just want you to tell Bub something for me. Tell him I'm not angry. I was just being stern because I love him and care about his future. I never meant to hurt his little feelings by it. And I'm sorry I lost sight of that. Gonzales, please bring my little Bub back to me now. Okay. They just want to pad content into into the end of the game. Like he's right here. Hey, mister, how was it? Did you like the present? She's not mad anymore. Yahoo, woo! It's all thanks to you, mister. You're the person I respect most after my dad. And as a reward, I'll give you my entire fortune. Not that I have many coins, though. 3. You solved the trouble. Awesome. Swab, erase that graffiti. I need someone to go up to the 50th floor of the Pit of 100 Trials for me. Shaboom! So I need someone pretty tough, Shaplowy. For details, please see me next to Cannon Statue in Fire Outpost. Shaboomity! Okay. Well, again, just needlessly requiring you to go to Fire Outpost. Oh, this guy. Hidden. You agreed to help for my trouble, Shaplooey. Thanks to you, Shaboom. There's a dungeon under Rogueport called Pit of 100 Trials. Shakpow. I heard that if one writes wish on wall of 50th floor, then wish comes true, Shapop. I used special big explosion to get down to 50th floor and write wish, Shacrack. And then I realized whole thing was hoax, Shadoop. I risked life getting down there for useless graffiti. It wasn't... I want it erased. I wish... I would erase it myself, but I don't think I could get down there again, Shakroom. So could you go to the 50th floor of Pit of 100 Trials and erase graffiti? Please, Shabloo. Sure. That won't be hard at all. Okay, so this is the digger guy. Hey, what's up? I'm a mover. I know a few things about getting through this dungeon. For a few coins, I can move you where you want to go. I would love to go down 5 levels. And then he does, hey, Vsauce, Michael here. And voila, just like that, we're now at level 39. Okay, here we are at floor 50, and we've got this on the wall now. I'm pretty sure it was not there before. You can be the one to go back and check it. There's graffiti on the wall here. Swab's wish. I want to get married to Bobolink, my dear love, in a shocker wedding. I want us to have 22 kids. Then we can start a soccer team, Shablooey. The graffiti was scrawled on with a fierce hand. It might never come off. Okay. I got it. And it kind of almost looks like a thing that you can go into, but it's definitely not. However, we're not done in the Pit of 100 Trials. We need to go deeper. Because we need to encounter a Dark Lakitu, which I believe we can find, actually, on this set of 10 floors. So if not this floor, then maybe the next, and if not that one, then maybe the next. And if not that one, maybe the next 8. But it's not that much extra work to get down there. Here we go. Okay, floor 61. We already have the regular Dark Lakitu, of course, as we all know at this point. Let's try and get this guy as dead as possible. Nope. Huh. So it definitely is a typo. If you recall, going way back in time, Goombella says that the Dark Lakitu hold up pipes. But that's certainly not true. He's holding up a blue spiny right now. But this is the S blue spiny. That's a sky blue spiny. It appeared from a pipe thrown by Dark Lakitu. Max HP is 6, attack is 6, defense is 4. It'll totally charge at you. Sometimes it balls up and defends to defend and store energy for an attack. If you can, beat it and any buddies it might have with a special attack. And we also fail a bingo. Okay, so that is the last tattle. I just now have to make it down another 9 floors to actually get out of here, unless of course we find another mover guy. But we can take a look at Tattlelog. Every single entry is now filled out. 124 out of 124. So cross that one off the list. It's going to be recipes next. So, you erased my graffiti, Shapath. You erased it, Shashloom. I'm so grateful to you, but it's not like I can confirm whether you actually erased it or not, Shaboo. Oh well, I guess I'll just trust you. Shashakity. Take this reward, Shapow. Zesty made it for me when I told her how much I was missing for the snow. Huh? You have too much stuff, Shabooey. I will leave the snow bunny for you behind the cannon so you can grab it anytime. I'm going to start trying to fulfill my own wish now, but you cannot tell anyone what it is, Shafoom. Promise me, Shakroom. You solved the trouble. And there's a snow bunny, but we don't need a snow bunny, so bye. And that's all the troubles. There are super shrooms here, cool. Okay. The last recipes are primarily just stuff from it's just the mushroom combinations. So let's store this. Let's store chocolate cake. And what do I have to take out? I need a gold leaf. Got the gold leaf. Okay, and then what do I have? I'm gonna need 1 regular mushroom. Great. I'll need 2 super shrooms. I need 2 ultra shrooms. Got it. I'll also need 2 jam and jellies. Got them. honey syrup. 2 honey syrups, actually. Got both of those. And a maple syrup. Perfect. Alright, let's head back. Yes, I would like you to cook. The very first thing we're going to do is regular mushroom. Actually, let me double check this. No, I don't want to cook. Double check. We have not done this yet. Okay, that appears to line up with what I've got here listed down in the virtual realm of not paper. We've got regular mushroom, jam and jelly. That's the jelly shroom, 5 HP and 50 FP. The next thing, super shroom, honey syrup. That's the honey syrup, or honey super. Then we're going to do the other super shroom and the other jam and jelly. That was the jelly super. Then we do regular honey syrup and an ultra shroom. That is honey ultra, the exact opposite of what we need in a Danger Mario run. And the penultimate thing, ultra shroom and maple syrup. That's the maple ultra. The final recipe that we have to cook is simply a slow shroom and a gold leaf. And that is the shroom broth. Gradually replenishes HP, which seems to be exactly the same as the slow shroom. So that's all the recipes. Except for one. The very final recipe. And to make this one, you can pick whatever you want. Just so long as it doesn't actually make anything. So let's throw in, let's say the honey ultra. And maybe the jelly candy as well. 2 pretty unimportant things. Cheap, you can get them anywhere. But they both, I mean, could you imagine if it were just adding up their totals? That would be the healing food of all time. Unfortunately, that did not turn out quite right. Hey, it happens. Go on, take it. This gives you the mistake. Zesty's failed attempt replenishes 1 FP and 1 HP. And that is all of the recipes, and all the badges, and the full catalog, and a game completion. Which means, at this point, we've practically 100%ed the game. We have all the Luigi books. But there is still the stories to tell. There's 2 that I'm primarily thinking about. So I'm going to go ahead and flash back in time with my time machine. And we're going to take a look at all of Luigi's stories up until the last one. So here we go, we're traveling back in time. Ooh. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here goes. My big brother, that's you. Bro, I got a letter from Princess Peach and took off. Or, bro, who got a letter? Left behind as usual. I was cooking a snack at home when another letter arrived. Don't get so much mail, so I was thinking, huh? This is what the letter said. Sirs, my name is Crepe. I'm a cabinet minister from the far-off Waffle Kingdom. Our land has been attacked by the Chestnut King who took our Princess Eclair. I ask, nay, beg, for your assistance. The Waffle Kingdom needs your skills. I humbly request your prompt response, sirs. Sincerely, Crepe. Well, I don't remember it exactly, but I think it went something like that. With Mario, that's you, bro, gone, it fell to me to answer this plea. Hesitating only a teensy bit, I headed to the Waffle Kingdom to investigate. Oh no. First I wrote a note to myself about what I was cooking. Then I left. Once I reached the Waffle Kingdom, I met Minister Crepe, who filled me in. The Chestnut King had kidnapped Princess Eclair and vanished. Apparently, though, some oracle said a marvelous compass could locate her. This marvelous compass had been broken into 7 parts by an ancient curse. That sounds fairly familiar from our story. Also, Mario's already asleep. And those parts had been scattered across the land. Can you believe it, bro? Each part of the marvelous compass was said to point to the next. And since one of the parts was embedded in the tiara worn by the princess, I surmised that once I collected all the parts, I'd find her. Smart, huh? The minister gave me the compass base spoken of in Waffler fables. When it activated, the entire thing lit right up, indicating the deep south. It was pointing me toward Rumble Bump Volcano in the Pudding Continent. So yeah, here I am. I'm sailing out of Rogueport for Rumble Bump Volcano. It's probably going to be pretty dangerous, but I gotta rescue that princess. So, of course, he said there that he's sailing out of Rogueport. You're intended to read this, I think, in the prologue, but we're going to do it all in one go here. As soon as my ship docked in the Pudding Continent, I set for the volcano. To reach my destination, I spent several days fording through dense jungle. Scary beasts were all over. More than once I thought I was done for, bro. I may have screamed a bit, to scare them off, you know, but as fate would have it, a blooper named Bluey heard me shrieking and found me in this one town. Bluey was on a journey of his own, but he joined me after hearing my tale. Now Bluey's a madman. Back in the hometown, they called him the White Torpedo. Yeah, he's a tough guy. Anyway, he helped me fight to Rumble Bump Volcano. This place was all about bubbling lava pools and heat that would make the sun sweat. And the place was lousy with evil traps designed to protect the compass piece. The scariest one of all was a gigantic 100-foot tall statue that stomped around. Now, the weakness of the giant statue, bro, was a red gem on its forehead. Now I can jump high, but not high enough to reach this thing by a long shot. So I came up with a plan for Bluey to hit that weak spot. All you, man, I said. I waited for the pause in the statue's movements and hucked Bluey up there. The bullseye. The White Torpedo saved the day. The jewel got whacked. It was a critical hit, and that stone statue toppled and crumbled into pieces. Once that was done, it was an easy stroll to the room where the treasure was. Unfortunately, Princess Eclair was nowhere to be found. But I got another piece of the marvelous compass and put it in the base. Now the compass pointed west, to Plump Belly Village on the Strudel continent. So I set sail once again and came back here to Rogueport to recharge. That's what happened to me lately, but I'll be heading back out soon. Once we made landfall in the Strudel continent, we made for Plump Belly Village. Once we got there, though, we immediately noticed something was wrong. We learned from the mayor that the town was ruled by a giant snake named Hizza. He said his own daughter was going to be offered up as a sacrifice to the beast, too. So, of course, being heroic, I offered myself up to go in her stead. Brave, huh? Now, the custom was for sacrifices to be dressed as brides, so I got all dolled up. It was one hot sacrifice, bro. I looked so good. I fooled our foes and got in Hizza's lair. It was kind of rough fighting in that gown, but I managed. Chiffon really chafes, bro? I finally found Hizza, and the snake had a second head on its tail. Talk about scary. I fainted real quick, but when I came to, I managed to distract both heads. I reared up. It reared up. Fangs bared to attack, and at that moment, I deftly lunged left. His gaping mouths smashed into one another, and he vanished into a cloud of smoke. A shining plate fell down from the spot where Hiz's body had been coiled. Yes, another compass piece. I set it and pointed east to Circuit Break Island. Just as I was about to leave town, the mayor asked me to stay and marry his daughter. I thought about it. She was sort of cute. But we ended up sneaking off the next morning. I mean, I still have to save Princess Eclair from the Chestnut King. And when the marvelous compass activated this time, I heard somebody's voice. It was so beautiful, bro. I'm certain it was Princess Eclair's voice. My heart began to race. That's when I realized it. Princess Eclair, I kinda zoned out there. So yeah, we set sail again after ditching town. And somehow we managed to get back here to Rogueport, and here I am. Just as our boat arrived at Circuit Break Island, we heard this incredible racket. We soon found out that they held kart races almost every day on the island. Whoever takes first place in the race gets to rule the island as king for that day. Just as we got to the racetrack, we were holding the award ceremony. I couldn't believe my eyes. Right there, the trophy they gave to the winner, it was another piece of the marvelous compass. I almost passed dead away. I decided right then and there that the only thing to do was to enter the next race. I mean, I've driven in kart races before, so I thought I'd be okay. Boy, was I wrong. The karts were supercharged machines that send you airborne with their exhaust. These vehicles were armed with missiles and bazookas, and it was anything goes, bro. Of course, I wanted to get right out of there pronto. These drivers were crazed, but I worked up my courage and signed up anyway, and my race day finally came. I got one of the best karts, the Big Green 01. I took my position at the start line, the light went green, I stomped the accelerator, and something bad happened. I was in reverse. The Big Green 01 went rocketing backwards with me yelling. I crashed into the wall behind me hard enough to cut me off mid-screen. In one fell swoop, I dropped into last place and wrecked my racing machine. But it wasn't all bad news. All the other karts crashed because of my maneuver. Once I got in gear and took off, I was the only car left. I won by a country mile, bro. I took the piece off the trophy and added it to my marvelous compass. The compass came to life and pointed me toward Jazzafraz town to the east. Then I heard the voice. Princess Eclair's voice echoed in my ears again. Oh, my princess, random words would form poetry if spoken by your voice. I will most definitely save you. Just wait for me, Princess Eclair! Oh, sorry about that, bro. Yeah, so after that I got back on my boat. Came back here to Rogueport, and that's what's been happening with me. That's what's been up with me. As soon as we hit Jazzafraz town, we were overcome by the glitz and the glamour. It's a very lively place, Blow. Tons of daisies lived there, and they were always smiling. While looking for the piece of compass, I met a hip daisy named Hazy. Hazy was a producer, and he was looking for actors to go on stage with him. I told him we couldn't, since we were looking for the compass part, you know? But Hazy said we could win the compass piece in the upcoming Drama Slam. He said the so-called Drama Llama plaque might be, in fact, one of the parts. Well, we just had to give it a try, so we rehearsed with the cast and hit the stage. Our musical was called The Mystery of the Fiery Hat of Social Awareness. The script was great, but I got really hosed, bro. My role, my part, was grass. I played grass up by the side of the road. But grass, bro, grass. I just sprawled out on the ground and had to be silent. Everyone but me had lines. I don't care if I was wearing green. Who cast someone based on that? It was awful. In the end, our musical was the talk of the town, and we won the Drama Slam. I got the compass part I was after, but it didn't make me feel very happy. The huge after party just bummed me out more, so I snuck out the back door. But wow, outside there were tons of fans. My fans. Fans of grass. They swarmed me. I just couldn't believe it. Imagine, cheering for grass? I was ecstatic, bro. After that, I added the piece to the marvelous compass, which pointed north. It pointed to the rapturous ruins in Grimble Forest. Then the voice again. Oh, my cherished Princess Eclair, how you soothe me. I could be grass for you. I will find you. I will reach you. I will stand by your side and be your Luigi. Now, sorry about that, bro. Oh yeah, so anyway, I got back on my boat. I came back to Rogueport, and here I am, another leg of my adventure completed. Well, like I said, it's a really long story. After journeying deep into the Grimble Forest, I found the domed, rapturous ruins. Inside, everything was pure white. You couldn't tell where the floor became walls. Proceeding dead ahead, I found myself in a chamber where a young boy sat. As I approached the boy, someone named Screamy appeared out of nowhere. Screamy said the boy's name was Cranberry, and that's... he'd wake for a child of... hold on. That he'd wake for a child of fate. That didn't make any sense to me, so I started searching quietly for the compass piece. But then it happened, bro. I got a tiny tickle in my nose and I let out a huge sneeze. Well, Cranberry must have heard it, because he opened his eyes right up. He looked at me and smiled, and all of a sudden I could understand his language. Can you believe it? I learned that boy was the last of his ancient race, named Luffs. He had been there guarding the marvelous compass piece for the last 1,000 years. He told me that the compass was an item of power to see into the future. The ancient Luff Empire used the power of the compass to rule much of the world. Because of their greed, they were cursed by the compass and their empire collapsed. To prevent a repeat of their fate, Cranberry broke the compass into 7 parts. He hid 6 and kept 1, putting himself to sleep until a worthy hero woke him. I was the hero, bro. He gave it to me, and then the ruins vanished. When I added the piece to the compass, it pointed to the far north, where the dreaded Hate Song Tower stands. This time I heard Princess Eclair's voice more clearly than ever before.
I will rescue the princess. I will be super, and then I'll figure out the rest later. Anyway, I headed back here to Rogueport after that. I'm making my final preparations for the final battle now. I'm a little nervous, bro, but that's what I've been up to anyway. Okay, so I guess there is one more. That's great. I'm Screamy. I wonder what future is plotted for us by he who holds the compass. For I must deliver something. What does Goombella have to say about that? That's Luigi's pal Screamy. Screamy creeps me out. I've never seen anyone like that. Where's he from? He's from the ruins. Silly.
Okay, we're back. We've traveled back forward in time to precisely the exact time that we left. And we can now talk to Luigi about the final 2 parts. Well, like I said, yeah. Oh no. Hate Song Tower stands atop a jagged, unclimbable cliffs beyond the northernmost sea. The winds whistle down the cliff, howling like banshees, singing songs of hate. People say it's pretty much the scariest place in the world, and I had to go there. Blocking out the bone-chilling howls, I somehow managed to reach the tower's door. I was terrified, but thoughts of Princess Eclair warmed my heart and gave me power. All of my companions felt the same way. They were with me to the bitter end. The door to the tower swung slowly open to reveal an inconceivable darkness. I tried to call out Princess Eclair's name, but I couldn't even breathe because, as I straightened my eyes in the darkness, I saw the most terrifying beast of all. The Chestnut King himself appeared before me. It was monstrous and drooling. Puddles of toxic goo dripped from his mouth, melting the very ground at our feet. I couldn't stop shaking, but I gritted my teeth and faced the evil beast dead on. I dodged the king's fangs, jumped on his chest, and gave him a hammer whack. My swing split the air and crashed dead center on the Chestnut King's skull. Hope powered me up, bro. I was going to toe-to-toe with the king, and I was loving it. This is it, I thought. I can win this. I'll risk it all with my next blow. I gripped my hammer tight and waited for my moment. The tension stung in me. Schwack! The ocean winds raged against the tower windows. With that sound as my call to battle, I advanced with no mercy in my heart. And then... I beat him. I defeated the Chestnut King. An even worse beast came next, a nightmare thing, but I beat it too. I rescued Princess Eclair. It was all over. And then I came back to Rogueport and had a light lunch. That's about it. Huh? You think there's more to the story than that? Not at all. That's it. That's the whole story and the quest for Princess Eclair at the end. But my adventure won't end here, bro. They'll never end. Actually, you know what? This guy actually novelized my quest. He's been interviewing me. He was actually interviewing me during the here at the inn during breaks from my adventure. I didn't think anyone would be interested in reading a book about Luigi, but Super Luigi came out recently. And check this out, bro. Here in Rogueport, it's set a new record for consecutive weeks at #1 on bestseller list. Hooray for Luigi, bro. I started reading it with the other day, but it's encyclopedic account in multiple volumes. Excruciating detail, bro. It's like a history book. It seemed like one anyway. They've got it in the shop here in Rogueport. How about you snag a copy, bro? How about I do just that? Super Luigi 1. Have you ever experienced a time when no matter how hard you tried and you failed and the time you spent felt wasted? If ever you feel such pangs of regret, try to remember this tale, a story of a young man's quest to save a sweet princess. Super Luigi Volume 1. The day dawned like any other, but little did Luigi know that the letter he was about to receive would forever change his destiny. Sir Luigi, danger besets us all on all sides, and we beg for your help. The foul Chestnut King has stolen our treasure, the fair princess. The letter was from the Minister Crape of Waffle Kingdom, a man aware of Luigi's many adventures. He knew only Luigi could save them. Charged with this dire task, Luigi wasted no time curtailing the heroic meal he was making. Then he packed for his deadly journey. Knowing that his older, though less talented brother was on a no doubt inconsequential errand, Luigi took a moment to leave a note. Mix a keel mango with a peachy peach to whip up a fruit parfait. These cryptic words were all Luigi wrote before leaving. Upon reaching the Waffle Kingdom, Luigi was greeted by a pure mystery, an endless flow of tears over the kidnapping of Princess Eclair. Arriving at the castle, Luigi was greeted by Minister Crape, who carefully handed him a compass base with only one intact section. Our land had a second treasure. The marvelous compass. Find its 7 parts and find Eclair. So it began. It's a little warm, Luigi muttered, the sweat dripping from his brow as he followed the compass up Rumble Bump Volcano's side. Must find the secret grotto. While Luigi had guts to spare, he did need a guide, and he found one in Bluey, a blooper he met in town. Brave Bluey joined Luigi and instantly proved to be invaluable. With his aid, Luigi bested a savage statue that protected the treasure. That treasure was none other than a piece of the marvelous compass, a piece that pointed west to Plumbelly Village. The second Luigi saw Plumbelly Village, he knew something was amiss. All was woe, and Luigi soon learned the reason why from the mayor. The town was at the mercy of a sinister serpent who demanded sacrificial lasses. Burning with indignation, Luigi formed a team of liberators. A fierce bob-omb warrior named Jerry joined his crew and chose, not surprisingly, to stick with Luigi for the duration of his quest for Eclair. Fortified by his allies, Luigi strode on into the lair of the beast, a foul 2-headed snake. No time to think. Luigi sprang forth. Twin heads snapped at his heels, fangs dripping venom. Then, as one mouth gaped wide to swallow Luigi, the other crept behind. Our heroes sensed that treachery and fainted before leaping. The heads collided, and the beast ate itself. The prize? A compass piece. The villagers begged their savior to stay with them, but a grim-faced Luigi pressed bravely onward. Dauntless Luigi's next test came in the form of a kart race on Circuit Break Island, where he won both the contest and the compass piece. The race was fraught with danger, but Luigi pressed through adversity to win. All viewers were awed by Luigi's revolutionary racing style. The mechanic who built Luigi's racing machine, a buzzy beetle named Torque, was so stunned by Luigi's race techniques that he joined him. Reinvigorated, Luigi set sail for Jazzafraz Town, where he made his stage debut. Hazy, a noted Daisy producer, gave Luigi a key role, playing the part of an Earth spirit to pure perfection. Luigi stole the show. Hazy's faith in Luigi's natural acting talents was rewarded. The performance won a prize, which yielded another compass piece. Hazy turned from teacher to pupil, joining Luigi on his quest. It was at this time that Luigi's heart, usually draped in the cool comfort of a hero's resolve, began to warm with thoughts of Princess Eclair. This came to be because every time the magic compass pointed to a new place, her gentle words rang through his ears, touching him to his very soul. The voice spoke of eternity and of stars in the heavens. It wept for those blind to love. It gave comfort in the face of fear and loneliness. Though he had never seen her, our hero was tormented by visions of his fair-hearted maiden, and all he could do was press onward. The compass pointed towards rapturous ruins. Only 2 parts of the compass awaited, and Eclair had 1. Footsore and weary, Luigi finally found the rapturous ruins beyond Grimble Forest. Within them, time and space were lost into nothingness. Within the pale emptiness, Luigi found a young sleeping boy. Our hero called out gently, and the youth woke from his long, long slumber. "My name is Cranberry, and I've waited for you for the last 1,000 years." The boy went on to tell Luigi the secret truths of an ancient land. He said that the marvelous compass had been created by an ancient Luff people, who used its powers of foretelling to rule the world. But the Luff Empire was cursed by the compass and fell into ruin. The survivors dismantled the compass and hid its pieces. Cranberry was the last of the ancient race. His role was to wait until one with a noble heart came to take the burden of the future. None but Luigi could have shouldered this weight. The boy gave him the compass piece and said, "Fear the curse, but find you Eclair." Luigi accepted this part. The boy's words burned into his brain. The duty fulfilled, the boy began to fade into the blank nothingness. As he faded from sight, a look of joy lit Cranberry's face. As Luigi gaped, both boy and ruins vanished, leaving our hero in a dark wood. With 6 of the parts united, the compass now pointed to the final part, to the quest's end, to Hatesong Tower. And then her voice spoke. Princess Eclair's voice begged for help from the void, pleading for a hero. Luigi's heart burst aflame. At long last, Luigi crossed the threshold of Hatesong Tower. Luigi rallied his allies. "We will defeat the Chestnut King, we must." Friends by his side, Luigi at last faced the fell Chestnut King. But then he heard a voice, and spun to see the fair Princess Eclair. She told our hero the painful truth. The evil Chestnut King was actually her true love, made monstrous by Crape in a bid for the throne. At that moment, the villainous Crepe appeared. The marvelous compass piece, please. Hand it over, and the Luff Empire will rule again, mwaha. Luigi and co. were no match for the might of Crepe, their true enemy. But then, the compass piece in Eclair's tiara shone forth. It bestowed the future sight on Luigi. Knowing Crepe's every move, he smote the fiend with his mallet. And with that, it was all finally over. Luigi and his friends parted, leaving the Waffle Kingdom in peace, but Luigi regretted not gazing further into the future. He longed to see the Wafflers gathering on Princess Eclair's wedding day. He wanted to see her beauty and who stood at her side, but it was not to be. Luigi went back to his humble home, which remained exactly as he had left it, a cold comfort for his heavy heart. Taking up a book he had been reading, Luigi tried to read, but his long trial had sapped his strength, and he soon fell asleep. Luigi dreamt of his friends and his beloved Princess Eclair, and sleeping Luigi spoke, "I shall return." So that's Luigi's story. The book, I thought the books were supposed to contradict what he said, but apparently not. It's just a slight retelling of what he basically lines out. I kind of wish that I had gone back and talked to his partners after every chapter, because they actually do contradict what he says. But that is in the past. Up here is our other storyteller. This guy's name is Grifty, a laid-back roof-type minstrel-type guy. He tends to know all the stories that get passed around Rogueport streets. For a couple coins, he'll tell you one, and you never know, it might help us in your travels. Good day to you, sir. Is there a tale you want to hear? There are tales I can tell you now. And there's quite a few of them, but we'll listen to all of them. For a mere 5 coins, yeah. Ages ago, a city flourished here in peace and splendor, but it was destroyed in a single day by a demon from the dark beyond. Historians claim a great calamity befell the city, but nay, 'twas a demon. The city sank below ground, and 1/4 of the old city became the demon's den. This demon put fear into the hearts of all men and sent out minions to take the land, and its den, its palace, grew rich with the treasures stolen from all over the world. If there, yeah. Oh, nope. I don't want to hear the whole thing again. In order to increase its already formidable power, the demon created crystal stars to hold the essence of the heavens. One of these stars is placed in each country to exert the demon's influence. One of the castles built to contain the stars still stands in Petal Meadows. If there's another tale you wish, please ask it. The demon built a dungeon near its palace and filled it with terrifying monsters. All those who fell in disfavor were thrown into this dungeon to rot. Yea, and the demon also had 3 dragon pets, Hooktail, Gloomtail, and Bonetail. These dragons flew across the land, spreading fear and sorrow over all. Even now, the mere mention of a dragon is enough to give some the terrors. So that dungeon he's referring to is the Pit of 100 Trials. One day there came a hero who could vanquish the fell demon. The young toad from Petal Meadows was strong of arm but shy of voice. All those around the boy teased him endlessly about the way he spoke, but when the demon cast his fearful gaze across the lands and reached out, the young toad used his strength and honor to defend his people, and he became a hero to all despite his odd voice. There was a wise Goomba from Bogley Woods, gifted in the knowledge of the world. When beasts rose to take the woods, this knowledge helped the people fight them. And this Goomba, who knew the way that every monster would attack, she began to think of a way to banish all monsters from the land. If there, yeah, okay. A Koopa who traveled the world alone learned of the darkness covering the land. He went alone wherever evil dwelt, and banished it with his shell and sheer bravado. The monsters grew to fear the scar-riddled Koopa who thwarted them at every turn. but the brave Koopa was finally taken in a trap set for him by the monsters. But then a Boo who fought with the monsters came and used her magic to free him. The brave Koopa's spirit had melted the heart of the cold Boo lass. The Boo used her powerful magic to learn more about the evil they faced. We cannot destroy this darkness alone, she decided, her face a grim mask. We need the Toad hero of Petal Meadows and the wise Goomba of Boggly Woods. The Boo's magic drew the four heroes together to send the demon from the world, and so the four heroes finally set out for the Palace of Shadow. The power of the world-devouring demon was greater than any could imagine, but the wise Goomba soon realized that this was the power of the crystal stars. She thought of a way to take the stars and use them against the demon. She told the other heroes her plan and set it in motion, banishing their fears. The Boo's magic and the Toad's strength created a gap in the demon's defenses. At that moment, the brave Koopa seized the stars, and succeeded in badly damaging the demon. Even the brave Koopa's stroke was not enough to end the demon's reign. The wise Goomba thought of another use for the crystal stars in that dire hour. She suggested sealing the demon forever with the crystal stars. All agreed. The heroes matched their strengths with the power of the crystal stars, and they successfully sealed the demon's soul within the deepest part of the palace. Together they made it so that only 7 stars could break the seal. The 4 heroes thought they had sealed away the demon in all of its powers, but the demon used a tiny opening before the seal was complete to curse them all. While holding the crystal stars, they'd feel nothing, but when they let them go, a black box would appear to seal their souls within. The 4 heroes traveled the world, scattering the stars so that the seal would remain, but the last 4 stars each carried the curse, which claimed each hero. The hiding places of many of the crystal stars have now faded into legend, but some say that wise Goomba hid one in the great tree. At that time, many monsters wandered the nearby Boggly Woods. The tiny punies were always tormented by their fierce appetites, it was said. Pitying them, the Goomba hollowed out the great tree for the punies to live in. The punies were so grateful that they swore to protect the crystal star there. Once the Boo heroine hit her star in a steeple, she was trapped in a nearby town. Some say the crystal star lies in that steeple still. Nice story. The Koopa hero went on a southern isle to hide his star where none would find it. But the Koopa was so tired from his journey that the pirate Cortez stole it easily. In that very instant, the brave Koopa was trapped inside the inescapable chest. But Cortez did not realize the power of the star and lost it among his treasures. The strong Toad held his star and continued his arduous journey, but eventually the miles took their toll upon him and he collapsed. A traveler healer happened to by and save his life. Happened by and saved his life. But the Toad knew his fate was to be trapped in the box when the star was gone. So he asked this healer to hide the star in a secret place known to no one. After the demon was sealed within the Palace of Shadow, many refused to come near that place of terror. But as the years passed, entire generations forgot, and the penniless and the immoral began to congregate at this once barren place. This place soon became a populous harbor, the town of Rogueport, and some even began to say that the underground city held a legendary treasure. But they were unaware that the demon slept beneath them still. The heroes knew that the seal might not last forever, and they sought to make the crystal stars available to those who might need them. So, before going into their individual dooms, they made a map to all the stars, and to prevent an evil force from misusing the map, they placed it in a box that could only be opened by the pure of heart. So that is all of the stories. And I guess that just leaves to attempt to break into Gloomtail's lair. It's going to be tricky, but I will give it a shot or two. And if it doesn't work out, then fine, whatever. But if it does, then you'll get to see a really cool glitch. Unfortunately, that means going basically all the way to the end of the Palace of Shadow again. At the very least, I won't have to battle any of the enemies, and I'll have done most of the backtracking necessary, so that's a plus. This is the way in. Okay, so I've got the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door TAS open up here on my phone. So let's see really quick what we're gonna go step by step through this. Okay. So we're gonna jump down onto the spring. Oh no. I'm gonna jump down on the spring. Get on Yoshi. Jump down on the spring. Off Yoshi, no, okay. Why can't I get off Yoshi? Yeah, it looks like he... Oh, how come it worked that time? Okay. So I jump down onto the spring. Down onto the spring. Then, hold on. On the spring, on Yoshi, bounce, and then jump off on the second bounce. I think I fucked up. Oh, no, I did. I had it. Okay. So it's spring, Yoshi, 1, 2. Okay, so I now have jump storage. And then... Okay. And I need to land on the door frame. No, I didn't have jump storage anyway. Oh. Yoshi, bounce. Off Yoshi, please. Like, why won't it? There, okay. Now he says press R and Y at the same time, which I'm... Oh, there we go. Okay. I think I fucked up though, because I'm too high. Oh yeah, I might have soft-locked the game. Mario? Can I back up? Can I time rewind on Dolphin? I don't think so. Yeah, I froze the game, but I think I think that I'm close. Okay, let's let's go back. Room to go through if I do fuck up. And actually, you know what? Since we're just fucking around, I'm going to go ahead and just save state. Because we're cheating anyway at this point. Okay, so jump on. Get on Yoshi. Bounce. Jump off Yoshi. Spin. Bounce. Oh no, I fucked up. Yeah, I did. Okay. Hold on. No, it's bounce. On Yoshi. Bounce. Off. No. No, I fucked up. Bounce. On Yoshi. Bounce. Off. No. Bounce. On Yoshi. Bounce. Bounce. No. Why won't it let me get off Yoshi? It seems like there has to be a reason why I can't get off Yoshi. Okay, so he bounce on Yoshi. Bounce off Yoshi. Bounce a third time. Paper mode, bounce fourth time. Then paper mode into the paper plane. Floats over to the door. Pauses the game. And then walks into the door. That won't let me off Yoshi again. Right when it seems like I found out why it's not working. Yeah, what the hell? Get on Yoshi, bounce, get off Yoshi, bounce, bounce like that, then paper mode, bounce like that, then get onto the plane panel, like this, and then, no, there we go, okay, and we're still holding R, and we want to land right here. It didn't work. And we don't have jump storage. What the hell? Okay, well... how about we just save a state where I already have jump storage so I don't have to worry about Yoshi not letting me get off of him. Okay. State is being saved. Me? Oh wait. Okay, I thought I saved over my first save. So we should have jump storage. We don't. Well, like it seems like he can move around on Yoshi all he wants. There. Okay, now do I have jump storage? Yes. Okay, so state 2 now has jump storage. Oh, does he on paper mode as he's coming up? Ah. Yeah. Yeah. That would have been it. Okay, so I think he goes paper mode, jumps down onto the spring, and he somehow lands on paper modes while he's coming up, lands on this plane panel, and then goes paper mode and activates the plane panel and jumps all in the same frame. Okay. I want there to be... Does like F2? Yes. Okay, F2 loads state. So it's the same as like Desmond. Cool. Oh, okay. Okay. Nope. Like landing on it. Here, what if I do this? This is gonna maybe piss me off. We're gonna go frame by frame, or 10. We're gonna go 6 frames per second. No. Okay. I wasn't holding A, but no, and it's frozen again. The 1 in 1,000 time that I can actually make that jump, and it's still just free. Oh, okay, there we go. I was holding A that time. If it just freezes me, I think I'm done. I was too far down. Like, you just don't get that much right distance. And then when you do, you're just barely there, and so this time, watch, I'm gonna get over here, and it's frozen. Awesome. So even though I made it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong necessarily, because at that point, I've done it 4 or 5 times now where I did it exactly how he says in the video. I jump down in paper mode, I come up, I neutral land, pressing A, Y, and R all at the same time. Then I come over here and either I freeze like this, or it just doesn't put me on the door frame. Who wants to bet this one's gonna freeze me too? Oh, no, it didn't freeze me. But again, didn't put me on the door frame. Okay, I'm gonna give it 5 more tries. If I don't get it in 5 more tries, I'm done. 1. Two. 3. 4. I'll give it 1 more because that one fucked up. 5. No. So yeah, I gave it my 1 hour's worth of try. But I don't know. I'm not very experienced with doing frame perfect glitches in Paper Mario. This is the EU version, I think, so it might not even be possible in this patch. So who knows? as far as it stands at this point, we're just gonna have to live with Mario getting frozen when he comes out of his paper mode, and this is actually where we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave the entire game, set it aside, because we're now done. We have 100% Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. It was fun. I liked it. I'd never 100% of this game before. I'd never done the Pit of 100 Trials. I never did a lot of things that we did in this run, actually. I never did Danger Mario. That's kind of the main reason I wanted to do this in the first place, was just do Danger Mario run. But it's over now. We did it. So, thoughts. Quick recap that I haven't already talked about in the last episode. Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door, probably not one of my top 10 games. Definitely top 30. Maybe even top 20. But it is good. It's a classic. It's 2004. What else can I really say about it? I mean, it has a battle system that is so unique that other games' success is almost entirely tied to the fact that it emulates it. It works. It's just a good turn-based system, I think. The story is pretty standard for a Mario game, I guess. There's a little bit more backstory to it, as we found out this episode. There's connections to other Paper Mario games. Well, the only other one that existed at this time. And the next Paper Mario game that I have kind of made the executive decision to at some point do in the future does make reference to this game as well. It seems like such a dull note to end it on. I guess, I mean, you guys haven't seen every second of it. I'm gonna cut the vast majority of it out, but believe me, I have been in this room listening to this music for a while now, and I'm kind of anticipating just turning it off. Okay, how about this? Favorite chapter in the game. My favorite chapter in the game, I would say, I think chapter 3. Chapter 3, it's almost all fighting, which is, it gets repetitive, but it's whatever. It's new fights every time. It's enemies that you can only find there, basically, other than the Pit of 100 Trials. There's like a, I don't want to say backstory again. There's a plot to it. It's not just you're doing it to do it. The characters in Chapter 3 are cool. You get Yoshi in Chapter 3. Yeah, I think Chapter 3 is definitely my favorite. Least favorite chapter, I would have said 4 if you asked me after I beat the game the first time. Now it's tough. Because chapter 1 isn't bad, but it's not good either. It's just kind of like standard. I might have to say Chapter 2. Because Chapter 2 is long. I've had nothing but problems with Chapter 2, even going way back. I'm pretty sure either the first time or the second time that I played the game, I died near the end of Chapter 2 after having not saved, playing it all night. And that almost made me quit playing. And of course, this time around, Chapter 2 crashed on me 3 times and made me re-record the entire game 2 times. Or not re-record the entire game, but play it up to it. The music of the inside the Great Tree is garbage. I hate the music on the inside of the Great Tree. Music on the outside of the Great Tree, fantastic though. You get Flurry as the partner that chapter, and I barely used Flurry at all. Because I don't really find her that useful. Her Gale Force is pretty good if you don't like actually fighting. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go with Chapter 2 for all those reasons. Chapter 4, like I said, I would have said Chapter 4 because it's very you go back and forth, and it's a short, it's a small area, but you reuse it so many times. But I think that the concept of Mario having to become a ghost or a shadow is cool. I don't know. So yeah, I think I'll say Chapter 3 my favorite, Chapter 2 least favorite. And everything else has varying degrees of in between. Let's give the game the Wafflypie rating, which if you didn't know, Honey Pop 1 and 2, 10 out of 10. What was the other game that I played on this channel? Kerbal Space Program? Let's give Kerbal Space Program 7 out of 10. What else have I done on this? Sakura Santa, 1 out of 10. Never doing another Let's Read. But so in comparison with those, my point is, in comparison with Honey Pop 10 out of 10, Kerbal Space Program, let's give it an 8. I think 7's too low. 8 out of 10 Kerbal Space Program. I guess those are the only, and Sakura Santa 1 out of 10. Those are the 3 full Let's Plays that I've done so far. 4th Let's Play, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, 100%. Oh, and Mother 3. Mother 3's 10 out of 10. Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, I'm giving it... Let's give it 8. I think it's about the same as Kerbal Space Program. Yeah. Yeah, 8 out of 10. And I'll probably forget about this rating system for next Let's Play I do. Okay, bye.